Hi everyone, Aldby here. This is going to be a solo run of Tomb of the Tormented. This is a quest who's notorious. Everyone hates it. The location is all the way at the end of the map, so the shortest way is just to teleport to the upper necropolis. Turn around and I'm already all the way at the far end, right next to the quest. Anyways, this quest is hated by many people, and mainly it's due to frustration. And I'm about to show you how you can do it too without losing your mind. The first thing you gotta know when you step in is relax. This is not about a lot of DPS or being all prepared and being OP. This is about having patience and sticking to some specific rules that I'll give you now. As long as you keep them, you'll be fine. This starting area, this cubbyhole to the right, is your best friend. So we're going to make sure we take good care of it. And I mean, we're going to make sure that we bring all of our undead zombies to that corner. One of the quest objectives is to kill all these whites. So, since this quest might take some time, I'll buff once, kill all the whites, and then take my time with the puzzle. Once the area is clear, I can start. Over here you can see the mummy inside. My objective is to get a rat to walk up to him. We'll come out of this maze. These undead zombies, undead, you can't kill them indefinitely. They keep on raising themselves. When you kill them, they drop these hunks of rotten meat that I'm going to use to push through the grate that will allure them rats through the maze towards the end. So every time I come, I kill them over here. I'll just stand here until they wake back up in a few minutes. I'm going to put this rotten flesh on my hotbar so I can see at all times how many I have. Now, you come over and you activate the holes on the grate. What we'll do is we'll push this rotten flesh through the grate, and it will cause a rat to walk. Now there's some monsters inside of the maze who can eat your rat, and then you'll have to start over. So to get rid of them, I'm going to use this wand. This is a wand that basically casts Sonic. Sonic can go through the grate. You can just buy a stack of scrolls at the center of the marketplace. The UMD is only 20, so it's not hard. And I'm just going to be blasting the other stuff out of the way. I just don't want them to attack my rat. If they're not in the way and they're not bothering you, it's not a problem. I mentioned before that I took those undead zombies, I took them to the corner, and I killed them there. The reason is I don't want them to drop hunks of meat on the grate. The more things you have on the grate, more chances you'll make a mistake and it'll drive you crazy. And that's one of the big things to cause a lot of frustration. So do not kill them on the grate. You can also kind of ignore them. They don't really hit that hard. Most of this area I like cleaning it up, making sure I don't leave stuff on the floor. So I can always see at all times exactly what I have. Even if I don't need all the meat, I'm going to collect it. Anyways, the rat's going to be walking up these stairs. He hits that pressure plate and opens up the gate to the left. And also, we'll walk over to the mummy, start chewing on him. That will help me progress. But as soon as he walks up the stairs and steps on the pressure plate, the gate to the next area will open. Anyway, so rule number 1, make sure you always kill the zombies in that little corner so they don't drive you crazy. Second thing is when you come to a new area, first thing you do is clean out all the monsters so you don't have to deal with it later.
Familiar gnawing sounds can be heard to the northeast of this large grate. A pressure plate sits on the floor in the maze below.
A lot of this quest can be a little bit dull and slow, just waiting for the rat to walk, so kind of compensating by making exciting gameplay. Again, I'm gonna kill these zombies later, in that cubby hole. But for now, at least you do not kill them on the grate. If you do, there'll be chunks of meat on the grate. You try to come pick them up and accidentally push a piece into the grate, will then later make your rat go the wrong way and die. So just don't do it. I'm just awakening a whole bunch of monsters and taking them off the grate where I can kill them in safety. This isn't lag. I know, I checked the forums. This is not lag. It's never lag. I realize now that I forgot to put on my death ward. Anyways, I continuously do this. I clean up the floor, make sure I don't leave stuff on the floor. It's a good practice, especially in this quest, because it can cause you to make lots of accidents and a lot of aggravation comes out of it. Anyways, I need to get these zombies, the undying zombies, back into my cubby hole. Keep them over there so they don't run all over the place and drive me crazy. Now if you kill them over here, eventually they'll leave, but when they leave, they won't go through the passageway. They'll just try to cut straight towards you and get stuck. And they'll stay stuck on top of the first maze. So I recommend this. Strongly. As long as you keep on doing this, they won't drive you crazy. This quest can take a long time, but it's much better to spend time doing something simple like walking them to this one corner versus having the aggravation of re-walking your rat 10 times through the maze because you accidentally told him to go the wrong way and he gets killed by some monster. Anyways, that's it. Now let's start off with the second puzzle. First, you always have to find the corner where the rat pit is, and then try to figure out the way from the rat pit all the way to the entrance. Here there's this carcass eater who might kill my rat, so hitting him with a sonic blast. If you don't have Sonic, you can have your own right, just fight your own rat, fight with him. but it will take like 2 or 3 rats until you kill one of these carcass eaters or the wargs. So it gets really long and tedious. Anyways, UMD 20 is not that hard to get. Especially you don't have to have 20, even less than that. I mean, you'll miss a few, but get a stack of scrolls and you'll be fine. It used to be possible to summon monster. The bearded devil would teleport down into the maze and kill these monsters. But they blocked it off and it no longer works. This wand comes from the red fan pack. Oh, here's the key. Get back to this later. Comes from the red fan pack. It comes dampened wand or something, and you upgrade it. Anyways, it's a very good item that I keep just for this quest. It charges really fast. Anyways, I see that the way is clear. Now you're gonna have to start figuring out how to get the rat there. See that the way is locked and I have to get him to this pressure plate to open up the door. If you put meat in 2 directions, meaning give him an option, he might pick the option that you don't want. So make sure that you don't give him an option that he can take when you don't want it. Here I'm already setting up the rest of the way. Once this door opens, he's going to come down this hallway. This is something you can definitely do by opening up a wiki, seeing the map. Anyways, I'm not going to kill these 2 zombies here, as I said before. But I'm going to send my rat to meanwhile continue, then I'll run back and kill them. Now I've linked them up to what I set up before, and I'm going to run back to that little cubby hole, as I called it before. Go kill them there. Here on the left you can see those 2, the way they get stuck. Eventually they all get stuck in that corner, and they won't bother you anymore. And if you do need more meat, you can always come back and kill them. Clean everything up so you can keep it nice and clean, so I never run out of meat also. Okay, fine. I'm following the path. You're still halfway through it. Yeah, I need him to go and press a switch. Sometimes on a long stretch there's a whole bunch of places where you can put the meat in the middle. You don't have to put in each one. You can skip a few if it's in a straight line. But there's only like a certain amount of distance, so if it's too long he might not go all the way to the end, so you might have to add a few in the middle. Like this long stretch, I don't have to put in every one of the holes on the way. Skipping a few is fine also. This quest really isn't that bad, it's just a few things that really drive you crazy. Once you do this maze once or twice, you should remember it, no problem. Anyways, this way closes, now you have to go around those 2 walls. Anyways, this is straight to the end now. As you can see, if you take your time and you're not stressed out with a whole bunch of monsters potentially jumping all over you, or those zombies trying to hit you or falling all over the place, it's fine. It's really not that hard. Here, I put one all the way at the end, but it was too far away, so I added one in the middle. Every time he takes a chunk of meat, he stops for a little bit, so adding extra chunks just makes it take more time. Anyways, the rat's going to go up the stairs now. As soon as he gets to the top, there's that pressure plate you can see. We'll step on it and it'll open up the gate to the left of me. There you go. Now I've got access to the third area.
Joining the first in its meal. Ackham stirs.
Third part of the third area, I mean, is the one where everything really starts to get annoying. Because now there's also traps. And here I definitely recommend bringing a trapper. If you don't have one or you can't, I'll still show you how to get by, but be very careful. Don't try to rush it. I've done this, by the way, without a trapper.
Patterned grated passages fill the lower level.
Anyways, there's 3 traps you can disable in this maze, and one big trap you cannot. The big trap you cannot requires timing, and the other ones, if you disable, you don't have to deal with them. But if you don't, you have to time them also. I'll show you how to time them. There's one trap right at the beginning, one towards the middle, one at the end. And I mean, the one at the middle is kind of towards the end also. But the one right at the end can be the most aggravating thing, because if your rat dies right there, you're stuck making him go through the whole maze again, past all the other traps, just because he died at the last trap. So luckily, the trap at the beginning gives you a good opportunity to train yourself on how to get the rat and get the timing so he doesn't die. So if you do not have a trapper, I definitely recommend making sure you've got that timing down perfect before you walk any further. There's no reason to make yourself go through the whole maze just when you're not sure you can do it and let him die. Just practice right at the start, and if he dies, no problem, just get another rat. And once you've got it down cold and you can do it with confidence, then continue with the map. If not, you'll drive yourself crazy. And this is, again, one of the contributing factors why people hate this quest so much, is they think they can just, you know, let's just hurry it up and just finish it already. But no, you're gonna be stuck here. I mean, it's called the Tomb of the Tormented. It's not because of those tormented zombies, it's because you're the one who's tormented. Anyways, you can see here again, I'm finishing up, cleaning up this area first, so I don't have to deal with this while I focus on the map. Yeah, this is not lag either. Here is 2 collectibles, one on top of each other. Nice. I'm gonna go drag the zombies back. Here I was hoping that these 2 would wake up and come along too. Yeah, whatever. Just gonna run for the end. Kill them there and come back and get the other two. Maybe. Anyways, I insist, don't skip this little piece. Make sure you bring them back to the start and kill them in that little area. So you're making sure I'm picking up the rotten meat and not pushing them into the hole. This is the kind of stuff that drives you crazy. You accidentally put a piece of meat where you didn't want it, and then you're stuck. It'll drive you crazy. The rat will go the wrong direction, die, you lose time. It's really frustrating. I'm gonna go with the other two. Probably awake now. And they're walking again all over the grate. They drive you crazy when they do this. If you don't take them, sit them down. Anyways, I hope I don't have to see these guys again until the end of this quest. Got plenty of hunks of meat. Anyways, that's it. Let's get back to the third maze. Anyway, this is the start. There's a chest down there. And we already saw the key to it. That silver key. This is the first trap. I'm going to leave it up so I can show you, demonstrate how to practice getting past the trap. This is the one who's the most frustrating, the one all the way at the end. It's right at the end and you have to go past it twice. This one in the middle is kind of towards the end, but you only have to go past it once, so at least it has that going for it. Yeah, I wanted to try something. It used to be possible to use your Death Ura if you were a Pale Master. Using your Death Ura would kill the Carcass Eaters and the Wargs, cause them damage, and would heal your rat. And also speed it up a little bit. Here I'm checking this out. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, I'm going to check it on the rat also. I guess not. Probably change this at some point. By the way, those Carcass Eaters might eat your rotten flesh and the stuff you throw down. So if you put hunks of meat in, they might eat it and then your mouse won't move. Your rat won't move. So getting rid of them is really important. Even if they don't kill your monster, they might prevent them from moving and in a way cause them to be killed. So. Anyways, gotta go. Over here, there's a bunch of pressure plates. I think there's 4. The first one, there's 2 ways to get to it. One of them, the beginning, you can go through the trap the short way or go around it the long way. I was starting to set up for the long way, but I'm going to show you how to go through the trap the short way. Here's how it would come. We'll go around, end up at the pressure plate. But I'm going to come right down the short way, walk through the trap. Every time your rat dies, a new one will spawn. There's 3 rats down there who are just part of the scenery, and a 4th one who's the rat that you move. So since he's not dead, I have to get him to walk back through the room. Now this little trap, there's spikes that come up, it spins, and then the spikes go down. Once it stops spinning, even if the spikes are up, it doesn't cause any damage. So here's the timing. I'm going to wait for the spikes to go up, and then I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to put it through. We're going to start walking with a little bit of a delay. I'll end up going through sometimes even before the spikes totally go down. But you should make it pass with no problem. Anyway, you should practice. I don't know, if you can get them to go back and forth, I don't know, 10 times, one after each other without messing it up, you're good to go. Again, if you can disable traps, that is definitely the way to go. Unless you're a masochist and love the challenge, I don't know. Anyways, I'm setting them up over here. The last one I'm putting in is where if I put one more, I'll walk to where the trap is. So I'm going to set up the rest of the way. It's done in segments. I'm going to set up the rest of the way, and then when I'm ready, I'll put in the link. That means between the 2 segments. This is where he is, and where I want him to go. The whole path is set up. There's only one piece missing, the one closest to him. And as soon as I put it in, he'll see it, and then automatically continue on the whole chain. Anyways, I'm going to follow this blade trap. The blade trap is way too fast for the rat. So basically he has to get to the first stop where that moss is. I'm going to drop the thing in right when the blade comes. Basically before it even leaves, because there's such a delay on the rat. Now he's going to have to walk and hopefully get into that little cubby hole. As you see, the blade trap doesn't go in there. That's where that moss is. I'm going to continue meanwhile the rest of the way. Second stop is over here, this top little hole. Now where I'm standing right now, if I put the meat in, the rat might continue here instead of going into the little cubby hole over there where the moss is, and it'll die. As soon as he goes in, I can already finish my link. The last piece of the chain. Now I just have to wait for the blade trap to come back. Again, over here, this is the tightest part. Again, he has to follow the blade trap as it goes back. He's going to be on its tail. And he's going to barely make it into that little place. So as soon as the blade trap comes back, I'm going to put it, drop it on top of it. My rat's going to have a second delay and start walking. It's going to look really, really, really close, and it is. But that's the timing on this thing. Again, while it's underneath you, drop underneath it. Your rat's going to have this second delay. He's going to barely make it. It's not only the walking speed that takes him a long time, it's also that he stops every time he gets to one of these hunks of meat. I'm going to continue the rest of the way, all the way to the pressure plate, but avoid putting the link to the next set. It means right where I'm standing now, I'm not going to put in yet. Look how close it's going to be. Barely makes it out. Anyways, right away I can put in the last piece, and now he's already going to link up and walk all the way to the pressure plate because I already preset all the rest. Anyways, figuring out the timing the first time can be annoying. Once you've got it down, it's not a problem. I'm gonna wait one last time for the blade trap to go, and then we're out of the blade trap area. We can set up the rest meanwhile. And that's it. The blade trap's gonna go, and we're gonna pass it and get out of the area of this blade trap. Here, there's a carcass eater down here. We'll get rid of him now. Probably it's better to get rid of him first, just in case you get all the way to here and he comes and attacks you, but I saw he was stuck at the door, so I didn't care. But now it's the time. Anyways, my rat's made it to the end. Now I have to bring him to this pressure plate. This trap. You have to walk past it if you don't disable it. Imagine doing all of this with the zombies on top of the grid driving you crazy. In my opinion, that's the number one reason why people hate this quest. Is all the small things that drive you crazy. Anyway, they've got the waist set up all the way to the last pressure plate. Should be good to go. I usually do this quest once every time I reincarnate. I don't know why. I enjoy this quest. I don't think it's as bad as people make it. You just stick to those rules and that's it. I think it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Anyways, I'm going to set up the rest of the way. I'm following the rat, but giving him always one space so he doesn't accidentally turn around and go the wrong way. That's it. We made it to the pressure plate. I was going to walk back. The first time I completed this quest, I was with the party. It took us probably like an hour. One of the things that wasted the most amount of time was that little thing at the end. He died on the second trap on the way back. And that's it. Once he gets to the top, gate will open. I mean, after he gets to the mummy.
Yet another rat joins the feast.
You can see it, there's a side objective. Defeat the whites. There's 6 more sarcophagi who are inside where the mummy is. And I want to get the objective before the quest ends. So I'm going to go break them before I kill the boss.
Stirs from his slumber with roars of pain and anger.
Yeah. Not lag, of course. Drives me crazy because he's running after me as if he wants to be killed. Yep, that's it. 35,000 XP is not bad. Do this as a party, can be a little bit faster. Everybody killing stuff at the same time and speed things up. Anyways, I'm looking for that silver key I saw before. I know it's in the second maze. You can't do select next over here, because every time you hit select next, you'll hit one of these great openings. There's a collectible here in the first maze. I'm not going to go get it. Also some monsters I didn't kill, but whatever. Just backtracking, so here you go. Fine. Now I found where the silver key is, I can go pick it up. Basically the same way that the rat walked out is the way you walk into these mazes. I mean, the quest is over, you don't have to do this, but if you understand how each maze works, it's not really hard to run in and go do it yourself. Also, doing this once after the quest will make it so the next time you do this quest, you'll understand it much better. You'll have a much better grasp of what needs to be where.
The pressure on the floor switch causes the doors in the maze to change their position.
This blade trap can be deadly if you don't have evasion. Of course you can wait just like the rat and you don't have to walk through it, but anyways, here's the chest. Just some standard loot. As always, I try to show the whole quest and all the little nicks and crannies. And that's it. Anyway, shout out to all the people who really hate this quest. Hope this was some therapy. It's really not that bad in my opinion. Anyways, to turn in the quest again, I'm just going to run to the upper necropolis and teleport down. It's much shorter than running the whole way. Yeah. What the heck? Look at this. See, that's why you should stay to the end of the video. You never know what you miss. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.